Hello everybody and welcome to InfraSpace! So, I have actually played this before, but let's start a new game. So, let's set it to easy because why not? And let's start. So, InfraSpace is basically a game that, so you're on a planet in space and you have to build a civilization. Not very similar to what you see in the background. I don't think so. Actually, I don't know. Never gotten that far. But let's start a new game. I don't not want tutorials because I know how to play. Alright, so we move around with WASD. You look around with the holding the mouse wheel, and you zoom in and out with scrolling. So, first in research, I'll just select farming, even though I cannot research it yet, as I have not started. So, first I need concrete for everything. As you can see, you need concrete for roads, you need concrete for concrete factories. So let's make some concrete factories. As you can see, it needs 2 sulfur and 1 sand. So the background is sand and this is sulfur. So if you go here into the mines, you can find the sulfur mine and the sand mine. Now, if you go to the road and select a road, you can place a road down, and then you can build mines on it. So let's start off with the sulfur mines. Five should be enough for now. Let's start and then let's add 5 sand mines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now, as you can see, we have out of workers, but for do that we need housing. And also we don't have any power, as you can see. So if we go in here power, we can select the wind turbine and add some power poles. There, now as you can see, these are running. And now if we go into the factories, you can see there's a red dot. That means they want us to build it. This is a concrete factory. So if we place it there, we can see we have factories. Now, as you can see, as I hold it, there's like these +8 signs. That's plus efficiency. As you can go in here, incoming storage is empty. But once they fill up with these guys are not working fast because we barely have any workers, which we need housing. But once there's a delivery, as you can see, it goes in. And now it's waiting for sand. And once it gets its sand, which will happen when there's 4 sand, it'll send a truck full of 4 sand into here, which should happen right now. Now as you can see, there's sand leaving, and now you can see this is boosted by enabling buildings 40%, but we don't have enough workers. And to fix that, we can add housing. So if we go into gravel road, you can put a road down, which then we can build homes on. Now, as you can see, let's build 3 homes for now. Actually, let's make it 6, because why not? So we have 6 homes, and obviously they need power. So we can get some power here by simply clicking on the pole and getting power there. And now they need oxygen. So if we go into life support, you can get an atmosphere processor, which makes oxygen and carbon. We need carbon for the science. So now, if we put some atmosphere processors in over here, it will make oxygen for the homes. Now these have no workers, and one has no power, so we'll add that. So once the oxygen is there, it will get delivered to the homes. But obviously the people aren't just going to teleport, so we need something called a spaceport. So if we build one of that, it's this rocket ship type thing. Now as you can see, there is no concrete. So we need to build a storage factory that can store the concrete for us so we can use it. Now if we put it there, as you can see there are concrete trucks leaving and entering the storage facility, and the concrete is going up. So then once this hits 150, which it just did, we can put this. Now, as you can see, eventually, once the oxygen gets delivered here, waiting for oxygen to be delivered. Now as you can see, these have no workers in the building. That's because we don't have enough people. These need 3, but we only have 0. So only these guys are producing, and they only have 1 out of 3. So they're only producing a third of the efficiency. But that is fine because they are almost done, and once we get oxygen into the homes, then more people will come, which means we can make even more oxygen, which means more people will come, which means we can make more oxygen, and it's a whole loop. So now, if you can see, these trucks carrying oxygen is going to the basic habitat, and now it's in there. So now this rocket ship will leave, and this pink Jeep will come and move in. Now you can see there's 1 person in there, and it says people are moving in. And now before our population was 20, now we have 22. So we should work on research, which means we can upgrade our habitats, which we need survival food, which we get by farming, to a settlement. Then we can research all these new stuff. So to do that, we come into science and go over here. So we need iron and carbon. And now if we look for an iron deposit, it's right there. So we're producing carbon here and this iron over there. So we can collect we can put some iron mines down. Let's put 1 in for now because they are really fast. And if we connect it in by road all the way to our settlement here, there we go. Let me just curve the roads by pressing, if you click on the road, you can press this button, which will curve him. And then if you press this, it'll curve him again. Now that's a smooth turn, which is good. Now we also need power, so obviously let's put a wind turbine and some power down. Now we can put in a blue science pack factory. Let's put 2 of them. Let's put a science lab. This is where the science is turned into research. And now once the iron is made, it'll get delivered to one of these, and carbon is on its way right now. As you can see, these will get delivered and they will make blue science. And then we can, if we go into research, we can use these blue science things, and we need 5 of them to research farming. Then once we get farming, we can upgrade these habitats. And as you can see, Now people are moving in, many people are moving in, and our immigration rate is really high. So, as you can see, our population is already at 50, and it's soon to be 68. But as you can see, we have more jobs than we have housing. So we can just fix that, we can just create more housing. Now you see we don't have enough power. So we can also come in here with a wind turbine, and you can put it anywhere that is not in this range. As you can see, it loses efficiency if it's in the range. So I can put it over here, and it will be at 100% efficiency. And now we can add more housing for more people to move in. You can see, now as you can see, we have 100 housing, and we have 70 jobs. And now we need more power, obviously, because that's how things work. You need power to live in your homes. Even in real life, that's how it works. And we completed research. Okay, thanks game, but I literally need to do power. Alright, so now we've completed farming, right? So we can come in here to simple farm and make some simple farms. Now let's add some 5 of these. Let's give it some power. There. And now we might as well connect it to this, just so we have some extra power, you know? So, as you can see, these are pumping away workers. These are pumping away. These workers are farming away to make survival food. And once we have survival food, it'll get delivered over here, and you can see we need survival food for it to be upgraded. So, now, once a truck leaves, which is about now, as you can see, these trucks full of food are leaving and will make their way over to the homes. Now they'll go around a very smooth curve, drive down this lane, to reach the house. You can see there are already more people moving in, and once this enters the house, you can see this is upped, and now once one more person moves into here, once we get some more survival food, this will start being upgraded. So if we get one more survival food, this will upgrade into a level 2 house. And now we have 10, but we only have 5 of these farms. So I'll just make some extra, you know, just to be safe. There. Now, as you can see, we are lacking on sand. And if we go into production overview, we are not making enough. So to fix that, we can just come over here and add some more sand mines. We add 5 more. These will all be working away. And now if you check, we're making enough sand. So, now this habitat will upgrade in 40 seconds. So, if we wait, you will see that they upgrade into habitat level 2. And now we finished the tutorial, even though we haven't any. And now if you go to city level, you can see that we are now level 2, because we have some level 2 citizens. So we unlocked a whole bunch of new research now. So the first thing I think we should research is steel, because our science requires not steel. But if we go on, things will require steel, like this. This requires steel. And we're currently not making any steel. So let's research steel production. Then we can unlock these. But we haven't got green signs, so we can actually number these. So this will go first, and then this will research. Then we can research this and that. And what home appliances does is that, if you can see here, the next upgrade requires home appliances. So once we get home appliances, we can do it. And then once we get green science, we can unlock these, which are one-way roads, which cost much less. Concrete roads, which will unlock into these the next time. Solar panels, improve wind turbine blades, and concrete roads. So what improved wind turbine blades does, as you can see, if we click on one of these, if I click on power, and then you can see they have this area, right? And if you go in the area, you get your efficiency gets lost. So it'll make these areas smaller, which means we can place them more closer together. You can see we just need one more science for steel production to go, and then we unlock the steel mill. So if we go into factories and we go to steel mill, you can see you need 1 iron and 1 carbon. So as you can see, we're not making enough iron, but we're making plenty of carbon. So we can go over to the iron mine, just add another one. You can see there's a lot of traffic here, and then we unlocked electronics. Wow, this is going really fast. Let's just add an iron mine, because everything needs iron, even electronics. So let's actually add 2 or maybe even 3. And as you can see, we have a new mine, the copper mine. So if we find a copper deposit, one is right here, we can mine the copper. But first, let's up our steel production, because almost everything needs steel. So if we go into steel mill, we can place some of that down. Let's place in 5. Now as you can see, we don't have enough housing, and we also don't have workers. Well, ignore what I said. As you can see, we have no housing. So let's add some housing to over here. Now this is kind of becoming messy, so if we get a road off of here, let's make it 3 long. Now we can make housing in a grid. Make this 2 long, and let's add some grid. 1.1. Now I've learned that 1.1 is the perfect placement to placing houses in a grid. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Now I don't actually want to place housing that way, so I'll place it this way. And the reason I don't want to place it that way, because we don't want to have a house area there. So now we have plenty of space for housing. So let's add them in. Now, during the short housing montage, if you looked closely, you would have seen that I unlocked green signs, which means we can unlock these. But first, let's solve the housing crisis, because everything needs people. And as you can see, I accidentally made this collide, so we can use this move tool and move it to there. Now, if we go to power, we can get a power pole in which will do that. Now as you can see, it's kind of glitched right now, so now we can unglitch it, and there. We have power in all of our homes. Now as you can see, we have way more housing than jobs, but we need more population. So we can actually add another spaceport, which will make them come in faster, because there'll be 2 spaceships. Now if we look, a spaceship comes landing, there'll be some jeeps coming out. So we wait. Who cares? Okay, so let's sort out the oxygen crisis. As you can see, we're not making enough carbon, but we're making enough oxygen. So we'll add another carbon, because why not? There we go. And now this is out of power, so let's just add that quickly. And now let's move on with the green science. But we're having some oxygen problems right now and some carbon problems. So off here, we can make some oxygen. Let's add it too long. Let's just cover this in atmosphere processors. Now as you can see, I accidentally messed up, but I'll just leave it blank because I don't feel like moving it. So yeah. Now I'll just add a windmill because we definitely don't have enough power. And now we can add power. Now as you can see, we are making enough power even though we only need like 14 megawatts. And now we also have loads of population because we added all of this. Now as you can see, we barely have any level 1 citizens. But to get to the next upgrade, we need level 3 citizens. And also we need all these green signs. So let's do that first, and then let's upgrade the habitats. So how much iron are we making? A lot. Okay. So if we go into factories, you can see home appliances. But that's not what we want. So we can go into the electronics tab and see electronics. So for what we need with the electronics is then we can make green signs, which are on electronics, sulfur, and blue signs. So electronics needs copper, and copper is right here. And there's also iron here. So we can actually completely isolate this, as this doesn't need to be connected to anything. So we can just have a road going there. Let's bung some mines in. Four should be enough. Okay. Let's add some power. There's no undo in this game, so just have to delete it. Then if we click on it, we can make this power line come all the way to here. Which means now everything is powered by one windmill. Now as you can see, we have barely enough power, and we also need the electronics. So I'll add another windmill, just cause. And so now we can add a road coming down. Then we can put some electronics factories on here. Let's add 6. And now we can add some green science packs. Let's also add 6. Then we can add 6 blue science packs. No, actually we cannot isolate this because we need carbon. And you're probably like wondering, this makes carbon, so why can't you just put? So each one of these can only hold 30 of the things they're producing. So once there's 30 oxygen, then it can no longer make carbon. But we can do this. We can put it here, and let's prioritize one-way roads, which is right now. Once we have 50 of Once we have 15 green science packs, we can make just a one-way road delivering oxygen. So eventually when this carbon is made, as you can see, there's not enough workers. We don't have enough housing, which I'll just go quickly fix that. Where'd they go? Oh, they're over here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's add some housing. So let's extend this. Let's add a 2 long, connect them in, and let's add some homes. Now, as you can see, I stupidly added a power pole there, but it's only one house. Okay. So now we got some more housing, but we have enough, but might as well add some more. Never hurts to have more. What is wrong with the road? I don't know, but let's add some more housing. Never hurt to have more than needed. Obviously, this isn't the most efficient layout, but it's a layout nonetheless. No, we are not making enough electronics at all, and we're also not making sulfur. So let's just fix that quickly. Actually, we're not making any sulfur in this district. Oh wait, this is sulfur mine. That's sand mine. Okay, so sulfur patch. Let's add some sulfur. Let's just add 5 or 6. Yeah, let's add 6. Just because there's 6. I feel bad for whoever's going to drive that. And then we can connect that in. So now we got everything we need over here. So sulfur is going to come in quickly after I put in some power, of course. I just put the power pole in a very explosive material. And I actually want to watch what happens over here. How does this drive over that? Bruh. Okay. And now the sulfur will arrive eventually. Then we can finally research. Have these just done? Oh yes, and we forgot the research lab, of course. Of course we need a research lab. We should also add some more blue science packs. Just because we need blue science pack for. So they actually, like, if you have one green science pack and one blue science pack, then it counts as one science for these double ones. So these aren't connected with power, so let me just quickly do that. Okay. Now, I didn't actually connect that for some reason. So let me try again. There. I can just delete that, get some concrete back. Half of it at least. At least it's something. And now these are pumping away to do green science. Now we don't actually have blue science, but now we do. So these are going to pump away some science. Now they're saying they don't have enough electronics, but these are plentiful. One-way roads are unlocked. Okay. So now we can finally transport our extra oxygen over to here. Okay, and let's curve these because these are very sharp turns. There. That should be better. And now we should see some oxygen leaving eventually. Where is network 3? Down here. Okay. Is this not connected to the rest? Oh, maybe that's why. I hate when I do that. Instead of clicking on it to attach it to the power line, I accidentally build on it. Can I just do that? Yeah, that works. Alright, so now there's power plentiful. Oh, almost. No, for some reason these aren't transporting oxygen down there. For some reason. And this oxygen goes all the way to the housing. The wrong housing, but it still goes to housing. Let me also add a slipstream. Well, a slip road, not a slipstream. Not what I wanted. Let's just do that, you know? See what happens. So they're still not transporting it. I'm just gonna fix that with a little bit of district. Maybe that will help. Now we can add some carbon Oh yes, it has no district. Let's not give any carbon rules, but let's give some housing district. Hooray. Now oxygen, please go from there to there and there to there. So that should do it, maybe. Why aren't these transporting it? Why aren't they transporting oxygen? But that's gonna be a problem for another time. So, see you next time, folks. But first, you know what to do. Tacos are the best. That's not what I want. I didn't want, bruh. To waste some concrete and steel, putting it above here. It's colliding still. Are you serious right now? There. Jeez. No, let's change the font actually. No. Medium. No. Semi-bold. Bold is better. Tacos are the best. Now the city is complete. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!